I've never met an adversary who could offer me what we Spartans call a beautiful death. I can only hope, with all the world's warriors gathered against us, there might be one down there who's up to the task.
Do not forget today's lesson.
Respect and honor.
Respect us.
We do what we were trained to do, what we were bred to do, what we were born to do. No prisoners, no mercy.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! Remember this day, man, for it will be yours for all time. Never surrender, never retreat. Let each among them search his own soul. Prepare for glory, glory, glory!
Grandmaster Lenches, how do we feel tonight?
Hey, I'm great.
We feel good?
I feel good.
Can I have an us?
Us.
Okay, welcome to XM Satellite Radio, and welcome to the arena. What we're going to discuss tonight is mixed martial arts, street fighting, jailhouse fighting, something similar called, it's jailhouse boxing, actually. It's 52 blocks. And we have a mixed martial artist coming down. Her name is Tara La Rosa. What I want to do is I want to have fun with this. And the first thing that we have to understand is the martial arts. You know it. I know it. We love it. It's in our blood. It's in our veins. It's something that we grew up with. The first thing I think we need to know is why. Why did we get into the martial arts? Personally, I got my ass kicked a whole bunch of times, and my students are out there right now and they're like, oh my God, he cursed. He's not supposed to curse. Okay, well, this is satellite radio and we're going to open up a little bit and we need to just break it out. Talk to me, Sensei. How did you get into the martial arts?
Well, like we talked about once before, in 1949 I was living in California. It was called Richmond, California. I'm Jewish, and in those days a lot of Jews were going up the ovens, and what had happened is I wasn't considered white or black, so I had to live in an all-black neighborhood called Easter Hill. Anybody in California know Easter Hill? Yay! Anyway, what happened was, going to school in the daytime, the white kids beat me up. Coming home at night, the black kids beat me up. So one day, the white gang grabbed me outside, and with a makeshift meat hook, which is a nail bent through a piece of wood, they hung me on a white picket fence by my thumb, and with my own blood, they wrote the word Jew, so I wouldn't forget. I haven't.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. I tell you, one of the things that we learn as being martial artists is we learn how to get out of those dark corners. Anything that has happened to us when we were young, it's unfortunate, but hey, it's part of who we are.
That's right.
And one of the things that I realize is that when you're on the street, we're always constantly looking out for the person that's in the dark corner. They may have a knife, they may have a gun, a baseball bat. If they had a piece of chicken, that would be nice, because that's not threatening. All right? But personally, you know, I got to tell you, I was 4 years old. I was in my sandbox, and my brother Ricky, when he finds out that I told everyone about this, he's going to beat me up. Well, try. And I was in my sandbox, not bothering anyone. I was 4 years old. What do you do it for?
Play with the sand.
That's it. You play with the sand. But, you know, I had little green army men. Ooh. I had great, I'm telling you, the best. And later on, I got the Kung Fu guy, the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, but that's another story. And anyway, you got these little green men, and I was playing with them, not bothering anyone, enjoying myself. My brother Ricky is there with me because, you know, you really can't go too far.
He's an older brother than you?
My older brother, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. He was the oldest brother, Ricky, and my other brother is Paulie. And a gang just approached us, and my brother Ricky at the time was 10, and they were running after us, or running towards us, and I'm 4 years old. I'm playing with my sand, and a gang. I don't know anything about what's going on. My brother grabbed me, placed me on top of the monkey bars, and I'm looking down at the monkey by the monkey bars, and it was pretty far. You know, I'm afraid of heights. It was pretty far. And I see all these kids beating the hell out of my brother. I didn't understand what was going on. Why? Why are they doing this? And I'm crying. I cried for everything. You take my toy away, I cried. You take my food away, I cried, especially my food.
Absolutely.
And they just beat the hell out of my brother. They grabbed me, took me, and as they're taking me, they're smacking me and kicking me and punching me. 4 years old. I didn't know what to, well, what can I do?
How old were these guys?
They were at least 11, 10, 11.
Let's go find them.
You want to? I don't know if we could do that nowadays.
They're old.
And then they take me, and there was a house right next door to the schoolyard. By the way, my mother doesn't know about this story.
She does now.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Well, no, she doesn't have XM.
Okay.
I can't curse in front of her. She smacks me. And they took me to this house, and they brought me down. I remember a long, dark hallway. Mm-hmm. They took me down to this house, and they brought me down this hallway in this room, and they sat me in a chair, and they tied me to the chair. They tied my ankles. They tied my wrists behind my back. They had to have gagged me. I was 4 years old. There's not too many things you can remember at 4, but they had to have gagged me. And the reason why, I told you, I cried. I cried every single chance I got. And that's why, you know, my dad used to take care of my brothers. If I cried, they got hit. It was a great technique. I cried, you know, if I wanted something, they would get hit. And it's all good. Did you cry when you were a baby?
No.
You didn't cry, huh?
No.
Well, I cried. It's okay that I cried, right?
Yes.
I don't cry anymore.
Yeah.
And they tied me up. And they hit me. They hit me. They were sophisticated enough to take me, and I think that would be considered kidnapping. But they weren't sophisticated enough to punch me in the face, which was good. They did punch me in the chest. They punched me in the stomach. They gave me Charlie horses, plenty of Charlie horses. And I'm crying my eyes out. 3 days ago, I called up my brother and I said, Paulie, do you remember such and such time that we had that little situation I was taken? He says, wow, you remember that? I said, yeah, they tied me up. He didn't even know that they tied me up because they told me that they were going to kill my family. Nice kids. That they were going to kill my family if I told anyone.
Well,
that's horrible.
Yep.
Telling a 4-year-old kid like, okay. So now they're beating the hell out of me. Paulie told me that I was there the entire day. They were looking for me, and they couldn't find me. So finally, this voice, sweet voice, was in the background, and you know, I'm crying my eyes out and whatever else I was doing. And this lady walks in, and she starts screaming. I thought she was gonna hit me. I thought I was gonna get beat up by a woman now. Yeah. But I didn't. She, you know, was crying. She called the guys over, and she started beating the shit out of them. Then she takes me, she unties me, unties my ankles, unties my wrists. And as soon as she did that, I just dove for her and I just sunk my face right into her neck and I was crying and she was crying. And it was a very nice
tear-jerking story here.
Yeah, I think there's too many tears are coming out tonight.
Let me tell you something. My father, when I was a kid about that age, he put me on a kitchen table and he held his arms out and he says, jump. And I was afraid to. And he says, come on, I'm your father. You got to trust me. Jump. And I jumped, and he let me fall right on my face. And when I got up, he says, see, don't ever even trust your own father. Well, he was right, because he deserted us. But the thing about it is, he used to tell me that I should, if I ever get in a fight, it would be the best thing in the world for me, because then somebody would beat me up so bad, mess my face up so bad, I would look like Jack Palance. I'd be so ugly, I'd be good looking. How's that for a father, huh? So you're talking about fighting. But you see, that's the whole thing. The streets are different than the dojo.
Yes.
The streets are unpredictable, and people, you don't know what's going to happen. But in the dojo, everything is disciplined, and the exercise and the katas and the forms are all written out for you to follow.
Us.
So,
and it's unforgiving. In the street, you can't say, okay, somebody attacks you in the street and someone's on the sideline. You guys got 5 minutes to fight. It's unheard of.
Or you can't say to the guy in the street, hey, listen, you want to throw your right hand to my head so I can head block? You know, that's the idea of this show, I think, that you have here.
Us.
the great thing about this show is if people are listening and they have questions about the art and they want to have a dialogue so that they can learn to improve themselves, this is the place to go. If they have fears, this is the place to be, because we may not have all the answers and we'll be learning along with them. But whatever we can give them from our years of experience, nobody else is out there doing this.
I agree, O-Sensei. There are many people out there that are extremely oblivious to what's happening. They walk outside, and, you know, I was speaking to someone the other day, and they carry $20 in this pocket, and the rest of their money they stick in their sock. So if somebody comes up to them and wants money, they have the $20. Mm-hmm. Isn't that amazing?
Well, what about the story I have in my book, the one I came out with, the Coney Island Sensei?
Us.
I have a wallet. I buy a wallet in Walmart for $2. It's a piece of paper that looks like leather, and in it I put Mike Tyson's picture or somebody like that, and I put in $2, and I put in all false identification. I carry 2 wallets. So when they go to mug me, I throw the phony wallet out and I run the other way. Hey. They pick it up. They got $2 because they're going to go for the money. They don't know my name, my address, or my phone number, but they think I'm Mike Tyson. Oh, my God.
You know, there's so many tricks to the trade, and some of it requires, like my aunt, when she lived in the Bronx. And the Bronx, obviously, you know how nice the area is, right? Yeah. The Bronx. And she had a water gun, but she called it the Puerto Rican water gun. And I was like, Titi, what is the Puerto Rican water gun? And she put ammonia in the water gun. Whoa. And she had 2 of them. I think that's pretty innovative. I don't know, how nice that is. I think you probably pop somebody's eyes out.
But when you walk through a supermarket, a hardware store, anywhere you go, everything is a weapon. Everything.
Us.
And people don't understand that. They don't understand that if you're walking down the street and a gang is coming down the other way and you know they're coming after you, you're not going to be, Kung Fu Louie or somebody trying to knock them out. The best thing to do is pick up a garbage can or a brick, throw it through a supermarket window. Because if you yell help or fire, nobody's going to come. Throw a brick through a window, the manager and all the employees will run out in that street and they'll be gone.
Us.
Tell me what the word us means.
Us, you know something? This is pretty funny. But before I say that, and all due respect, O-Sensei, we have in-house great grandmaster Aaron Banks.
Yes, that's my man.
Yeah. But, I got to tell you, great grandmaster Aaron Banks, we really have to do something, because every time I take you out, you never eat with me. And I love food. I associate life with food. And next time we have to go out and have a nice meal. And you have to eat with us, okay?
Never a problem. Anything you want.
Thank you, sir.
You that before, Robin.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor. I have to tell everyone, this is an honor for me to be next to great grandmasters and masters as you are.
What you really have here is history. I mean, Aaron Banks is history. He's living history.
Are we on now?
Yeah, we're on right now.
Oh, okay.
And
would you like to put the earphones on, sir?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and pretend you're a pilot. Hello, this is George Kayada calling. That's a good friend of his. Well, by the way, before we go on, I want to say that on January 20th in Madison Square Garden, Aaron Banks is holding his Hall of Fame, and everybody's invited to come, and we want to see you fill up the place. Aaron Banks is a gentleman who discovered Chuck Norris.
Yes.
And at the last situation in Madison Square Garden, Aaron picked up the phone. Chuck was in his private plane with his brother Aaron, and he was there along with Richard Chun and Henry Cho and Rick Lenchis and everybody else.
I got to tell you, Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, these are the guys that I'm with every day, and they're amazing. Martial artists, Sensei, if I attack you right now, what are you going to do?
Throw the Coca-Cola bottle at you because I'm starving.
Okay, I think this is yours.
Yeah.
Let me give it to you then. Pass that down, please. If I attack you, immediately you can respond to it. Am I correct?
You're correct.
Exactly. I got to give props to these guys because there's a similarity here that I'm going to talk to you about. Comedians, when you attack them with a joke, and I'm not a comedian, I can never do what they do. But I give them the biggest us ever. Because when you attack them with a joke, they come right back at you. I mean, they hit you hard. And no matter what happens, you can come back again. They're going to hit you again. They're going to come back. And it's just like a ping pong, and they never stop.
That's what makes a great comedian.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
I give props to every single comedian out there. And
Well, don't start Aaron because he'll start telling jokes tonight.
No.
Sir, you have jokes?
No, Rick Lynch is the man with the jokes, really. No, well, the way I look at everything and the way I'm seeing everything right now, it looks like a joke, the things that I see on television, especially the martial arts. And Jackie Chan is a joke as far as I'm concerned. And in fact, he's a clown. He's a total disgrace to the martial arts. And, if you want to talk about truth and all that and get away from,
Sir, can I ask you? I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Don't hit me in the head, please. If I interrupt you, you're not going to hit me, are you?
What should I hit you in the head for?
Well, if I'm disrespectful, I don't want you to do a spinning hook kick and hit me in the temple.
No, not in a sitting position the way I am right now. Okay?
You're saying that Jackie Chan
is a phony.
Talk to me. Why? Why would you say that, sir?
Because he never made a black belt. He's an acrobat. He's a stunt man. And he's just, to me, a disgrace to the martial arts. And I hope he hears this here so he'll know exactly what somebody... See, people don't talk about, and this is the problem we have here. People do not talk about what's real and what's phony. And it's about time, like what you're doing, Master Poe, is putting on people who know the truth. Man, I've been into martial arts like close to 50 years. Here, Rick Lynch is over here.
58.
Yeah, 58 years. I mean, let's talk about truth, man. Let's really bring it out. And I'm glad that you're doing it. And I love you for that, Robert Rivera, Master Poe, because this is what it's all about. Okay, I don't want to take up too much time here, talking about it. But somebody's got to say something about it, especially with the garbage that you see on television with this Ultimate Challenge thing and all that. Yeah, I mean, it is a joke. It is, because it's not real martial arts. They call it martial arts, but it is not martial arts. It's what I call DF. It's called degenerate fighting. And basically, that's what it's all about. True, I am the father of mixed martial arts. 1974 at Madison Square Garden, ABC, Wide World of Sports. They taped it. I had two guys fighting each other, Butch Bell and Kasim Dubar, and these two men fought, and I called it Ketsugo. In Japanese, it means everything goes. Everything goes means that's it. Everything goes. You name it. Kick to the groin, eyes, you name it. And, of course, I had a referee just to check it out that nobody gets hurt. And it went on for 2 rounds we had it. And the game got very dangerous, so I just stopped it. It was 20,000 people in Madison Square Garden, and I stopped it. And the reason why I stopped it, because they put a chokehold on this guy, Butch Bell, Kasim did, and a couple of seconds more, he would have actually ruptured the carotid artery, and he would have absolutely fractured his
Trachea.
Yeah. He would have done that. And that would have been all over.
Yes.
So what you're looking at and what you see on TV is not the truth.
Well, let me ask you, sir, I have to tell you that I watch the mixed martial arts. And my good buddy out there, Marcelino, he knows all about mixed martial arts, or I should say all the fighters. I don't know too many of the fighters. But I will say that they're in fantastic shape, and they train extremely hard.
Absolutely.
For that arena.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree that they do, and I respect them. I respect all the fighters. I really do. And in some way or another, I am glad that we're talking about this, because the fighters are the ones that are really making it for these people who are putting up the money, but they're making it for them. They're not making it for themselves. It's a glory trip for some of them. And look, I had the greatest fighters in the world: Joe Louis, Chuck Norris. These were my fighters. Mike Stone. I mean, I can go on and on. These people made some money, yeah, but a lot of these people ended up punch drunk, like boxers do. And and I feel bad for them. I really do feel bad for these guys, because are they really getting the money that they're supposed to be getting? Putting their life on the line like that? It's going to happen. It's a death waiting to happen.
Remember Count Dante?
Yeah, Count Dante from Chicago and all that. Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you. When I was a little boy, I used to buy magazines. Thor was my favorite superhero. Uh-huh. And I have a hammer at home, by the way. I got to show you.
Okay. And
in the magazine was Count Dante. And it said, learn the death touch.
Right.
And become the killer of I don't even remember. I was young. I was like 9 years old reading that.
Yep.
And can you do me a favor? Oh, Sensei, can you please tell me exactly what happened with Mr. Dante?
No, but Aaron Banks can. But I want you to know one thing, that those ads probably came from one of the magazines that Aaron Banks owned, with Dan Laurie and World Karate and fighting. All these things. You're looking here. You're going to see Van Cleef, Ronnie, doing.
You're going to see the real thing in these magazines. But he wants to know about Count Dante. Count Dante was for real. Called himself Count Dante. His name was John Keeham.
Yep.
All right. He was a hairdresser. Okay. And he was a good martial artist. He challenged a lot of people. He actually challenged me in a magazine, Black Belt magazine. He said, Aaron Banks, I'll fight you anytime in any place and all that kind of stuff. And then one day in my school on Broadway, in fact, not too far from this location, on 54th Street, I had my school, New York Karate Academy, for 35 years. He came up, and there he was. And he came over to me, and I looked at him, because that probably would have been the last day of his life if he would have said any more. But he didn't. Here's what he did. He came right up to me, Count Dante, and he looked at me, and he said, you know something? If it wasn't for you, martial arts and this would not be recognized the way it is. You're the one that brought it out to the public. You're the one that popularized it. You're the one that... He gave me a lot of nice things to say, okay? So Count Dante, in a way, was a nice guy. He was a hairdresser, but he ended up dead. Not by me. He ended up dead in his bed.
And not by me.
No, never.
You didn't kill him?
No,
not by the legend.
There was a rumor about that, too, for a while.
Yeah,
why is that?
He ended up dead.
Well, he sent somebody to my office, and there was a big guy they gave him $100 to beat me up or something like that.
$100, that's it?
Well, yeah, I'm the only poor Jew I know. I was going to take it. No, but they sent this guy over to beat me up, and I was not feeling good that day. And everybody, I'm an architect, and everybody was working there. When he came in, I had a conference room made out of glass on one side, and he just started swinging at me, and before you knew it, there was nothing but blood on the walls. And we took this guy back with the $100 pinned to his chest, and then Count Dante called me from Chicago and said, hey, I was just joking. I wanted to see if you really could do it. And that was the story. But Aaron Banks did change the world of martial arts. He turned martial arts into a form of entertainment. And he filled up the Garden and every show and every magazine for years and years and years.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I had a discussion the other day with Opie, and he said, Poe, don't catch bullets with your teeth.
Right.
And I looked at him. I said, why would I do that?
Because
a pizza
Banks,
maybe, but not a bullet. That's crazy. And he says, yeah, it can't happen. It can't happen. I said, wait a second. I do have someone that he has video footage of a man catching bullets with his teeth. Sure. How many? 8?
I don't know.
8 bullets?
No.
How many bullets did he catch?
He was shot 9 times. The man came from Germany, and I brought him in and to the Garden, and his name was Ralph Bayala, and he thanked me for coming to New York, and he was checked out by White Weller Sports and Madison Square Garden because they didn't want any phonies there. And he actually did catch the bullet. It was one bullet.
Johnny Cool that shot?
Johnny Cool, yeah, he's the one that,
Had the rifle,
pulled the trigger. It was a .22 caliber rifle, and he did catch the bullet. I have proof of that, and I would just say that if anybody does not believe that kind of a thing, they're mistaken. It was proven. I went into the editing room of ABC White Weller Sports, and the producer there said this is a phony thing. And I said, man, you don't know what you're talking about. How much money you got in your pocket? He said, what? I said, how much money do you have in your pocket? And he said to me, I got $50. I said, put it on the table. So I'll match it. He put his $50 on the table. I put my $50 on the table, and they slow-moed it. You know what I mean by slow-mo? They slow-mo to see as slow as they can, the bullet going through the plate glass, and it went. There was a projectile going through the plate glass, entered this man's mouth, and he did catch the bullet. Now, the people booed. They booed because he didn't die. The 20,000 people, not all of them booed, but a lot of people booed. Because I also had a man hanging himself.
Right.
In Madison Square Garden.
What? I'm sorry, what?
And I had an actual hanging in Madison Square Garden. And the reason why I did all these things, way before all this reality stuff went on, they took all this reality from me. Everything, the Survivor Series, and am I right, Rick?
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm the one that started it with the show I had, Oriental World of Self-Defense. I'm not...
How many years, Aaron, was that?
That was in 1973, 1974, and I was at the Garden for 15 years with my events.
And they stopped, the cops came in to stop the guy from hanging himself, right?
No, the cops did... No.
How did that happen?
In fact, it was Chuck Berger, a man, he had an 18-inch neck. To show the public that a martial arts person, he also pulled the circle line, the ferry, he pulled it with his neck. He wrapped a rope around it and like a tugboat would pull it in. He had the most fantastic neck that you would ever see, okay, in your entire life. And he was hanging there for like 50. He went purple, all different colors on his face. The amazing thing is that he didn't pass out. And I said, I was yelling on the microphone because I was announcing the event, cut the man down. They cut him down, and
the audience booed?
And he still was living. And he still lived, and the audience booed.
That's
they
amazing.
Want to see him die.
We have some callers. Before I go to that, we're going to 866-WOW-1-WOW, 866-WOW-1-WOW. We have a caller. His name is Chad. Chad, are you there? Hey, Chad. Us. I like that. This is cool. Hey, Chad, what's going on? Oh, what happened? You disappeared. You gave me a nuss and you disappeared? What happened? I have
you know what?
A softer us. I'll give him a softer us. Okay, let me have Jay. Hey, Jay, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, Paul?
How are you, bro?
I'm doing fine. I was just wondering, you were saying what's more martial arts? Would you say Rampage Jackson versus Liddell is a bigger martial arts spectacle, or you versus a blonde at F.H. Riley's?
That's interesting. Okay, next caller. Let me have Ryan. Ryan.
Yes.
What's going on, Ryan? Us. That's cool. They're calling, giving me an us, and hanging up.
Yeah, but let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
An us in the world of martial arts, no matter where you can go to Africa, you can go to Italy, you can go to any part of the whole world, and you may not speak their language, but once you say us, you gain their respect and they bow to you, right, Aaron?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good point Rick just made, yeah. But the us is more than just, just to say ush. I mean, anybody could say us, or some people say ush, and some people say so some like a belch, you know what I mean? There's a significant meaning to it. And again, what are we talking about? Real martial arts? Are we talking about fun martial arts? You know, I have to also bring up quickly there's the World Combat League going to be at the Taj Mahal this coming December the 1st. And Chuck Norris's thing, okay? I would like to invite the whole world, all the people sitting out there and all the people who are listening to this, and I hope there is somebody, that they come to this event, all right? It's going to be at the Taj Mahal December the 1st. And I think it's going to be, this is real kickboxing. This is the truth of kickboxing.
Can I go, sir?
Yeah.
Are you going to be there?
Can I have a nice seat?
Yeah, I told you. Master Poe.
Are you going to feed me? Or do I have to feed you?
Going to feed you. We're going to take care of you. Going to lock you in a room with somebody.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. I don't need to get locked up in a room.
We're going to have a good time. I guarantee you. In fact, when you walk out of that room, man, you're going to say, I don't want to leave.
I like that. Oh, Sensei.
Yeah.
Please give us your definition of us.
To me, because martial arts is my life. It's everything I am. I can't live without it. And the thing about us is a samurai's code. It's a way of the warrior. When I see somebody and I respect them, I bow to them and they bow to me, no matter how big we are, no matter what we are, race, religion, or where we come from. And anywhere I've been in the world, I will see somebody with a martial arts gi bag and I'll say to them, us. And they will bow and say, us, and I feel I'm home. This is family. That's what it means to me. It's chivalry. It's valor. It's knights of the round table.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. That was fantastic. I got the chills when you said all that.
Yeah, you know why you're getting your chills?
Yes, sir.
Because it's cold in here.
Oh. Are you cold? 1 second. Hold on. You cold?
Well, this is a radio show.
Is that your cape? Talk. Is that the cape you wear?
Now you look like a vampire.
Edgar Allan. Yeah, I mean, I could have played, but believe me, the drag. I had a lot of parts in motion pictures too, by the way.
And
but let's not talk about that, okay? Let's go back to what we're talking about, the us again. Again, what you just heard before. Again, the real world, the true world, the only world, and bang, 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 bang. That's what exists.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to take a little break. I hope we're enjoying ourselves. I know I am. Oh, Sensei?
See.
Great Grandmaster Banks.
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't enjoying myself. I mean, of course I'm enjoying myself.
Fantastic. What I'd like to say is 866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-WOW-1-WOW.
Very few people can be totally ruthless. It isn't easy. It takes more strength than you might believe. We shall strive to be worthy of your sense of grandeur.
You're listening to The Arena with Master Poe.
Light Burley, how are we doing today?
Oh, I'm all right.
Yeah,
happy to be here.
That's good. Listen, I got to tell you that I'm happy that you're here as well.
All right.
When I was a young boy, I was introduced to jailhouse boxing, and although I didn't know anything about it, I thought it was kind of weird. But I had my friend, and he was showing me some things. Unfortunately, he was going down the wrong road all the time. He was always getting into trouble.
It's sometimes attached to the wrong road.
Yes, absolutely. And one day I had asked him. I said, where exactly does this derive from? I mean, where are you learning this stuff? And he told me in prison. And I thought it was amazing. There was a lot of elbows and a lot of infighting. It was different from the karate and the kung fu and the martial arts that I've seen.
Very true.
And we used to go back and forth and spar. And he was incredible. He was a very good fighter. The only thing that blew me away, I'm going to tell you straight up, and I stopped. Okay, is that he caught fists and then he kissed them. Okay, I'm sorry. That threw me.
I was like, catch and
done.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that punch was made famous by one of the most prominent and well-known 52 fighters, Mother Dare. Now the stigma attached to Mother Dare was that he did things as far as like sexually on his own, which was he was gay and he had a way of using the 52, knocking you out, and then he would molest you. So because of that, he didn't have one of the best reputations, but he did have a serious reputation of being able to catch punches, block punches, and return with like counter strikes that would devastate, and then usually ending up the knockout. So he made that catch and kiss very famous.
Let me introduce this gentleman here. His name is Light Burley.
Light Burley. He's
been in and out of jail, and he's here today, and he's going to introduce something called 52 blocks.
Yes.
I got to tell you, I'm very interested in learning more about it. You could take your kissing fist, though, because you kiss my fist. No, we got a problem. and do me a favor, we got enough experience here. Please, everyone, stay in their seats. I don't want to mess up this office.
Yeah, let's not rise up and
we're all
test it for real.
Exactly,
yes.
We're all respectful here.
Yes,
but can you tell me exactly why it uses the elbows that it does?
Well, what happened was this, 52 at its root, it was, it came from, I can't say it came from, but it had a lot of evolution in jail, which was close fighting and fighting handcuffed and manacled and shackled. And those brothers learned that being attacked, you couldn't do this with your hands. You couldn't double parry handcuff. So a lot of the elbow strikes and elbow blocks came in from using the elbow so you can open up a different line of attack, which may be a kick or a headbutt. And when not manacled, the elbows allow you to block the punch and still have your hands free. So this way you have the ability to counter effectively with an offense.
Okay.
Because we're looking at defense. 52 is defense, all defense. In nature is all defense. The offense comes from creating an opening to offend, instead of just like throwing punches and praying something sticks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Sensei, do you have something that you'd like to add for this gentleman?
Actually, no. What I was thinking of while you were talking, I'm thinking how great this show is really coming together. You got a lot of people out there supporting you. Of course, it's not on TV, but you have a lot of support in the audience.
Yes, indeed.
And I hope, and you're getting people calling you, and I really hope this show makes it, because everybody has something to learn. You can contribute this 52, and we all can contribute something. We got a lot of history in this room, and this is a very exciting thing, and we need everybody out there to promote this show and keep on calling in and making it happen.
That's right, Master Poe.
Support it. We have some callers out there. Let's see if I know how to use this. Ooh, mouse, point, click. Let's see if that works. It's not working. Okay, here we go. Hey, Ed, are you out there?
Hey, Master Poe.
What's up? What's up, Eddie?
I'm not sure if you remember me, man. I spoke with you in the XM hallways a week ago with boxing trainer Jimmy Stavetic. You said that you were trying to recruit people, and that you would be willing to come give speeches at he said he owned 6 boxing gyms. I'm not sure if you remember this.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do remember that.
Is there any time in the near future that you'll be around the Pittsburgh area, and would you be willing to come give speeches at the boxing gyms? There's a lot of young kids in there trying to learn and basically trying to better themselves through discipline and the art of boxing. I
don't see why not. It would be my honor to assist these young warriors. That's definitely something that would be of an interest. Just email me, masterpo at xmradio.com. How's that?
Okay, that sounds very good. Thank you very much, Poe.
My pleasure, buddy.
All right.
And we have some more callers. I'd like to take Scott. Bam. Hey, Scott.
Master Poe, how you doing, sir?
Okay, bro.
Hey, I've got to ask you. I mean, I think the show's great, and I'm just happened onto it tonight, looking for replays, and it was a pleasant surprise, and I'm glad that you're doing this. And I hope you have a lot of success. This is something that a lot of people can learn from and learn about martial arts and mixed martial arts. And I think it could be a positive thing. I hope you keep going with this, and I hope you all the best. As a licensed matchmaker in the state of California, working for JG Promotions in California, I just wanted to ask if there was ever any interest in you fighting in a mixed martial arts event.
Well, this is one of the things that we talk about. And this show, you have sport, you have combat, and you have street fighting. There's many different arenas that we're discussing here, and I got to tell you, I'm used to no rules. You have the warriors overseas that are fighting in Iraq. They're used to no rules. There's no timer on the side. There's no guy that's going to say stop, hinto, or yame. Correct? That's Japanese. And pretty much like what Light Burley went through in regards to prison, and what Great Grandmaster Banks had mentioned. There are so many different arenas, and in regards to the mixed martial arts, they have rules, and they're incredible martial artists. But these rules, they restrict them. They restrict a fighter. If you take a mixed martial artist, and let me tell you, they're in fantastic shape.
Yes, sir.
They train so hard. They do so many push-ups, and their bodies are rock solid. And honestly, you know, at their age, they are okay with it. Within 10, 15 years, Sensei, what's going to happen to their bodies?
Let me just say this. I have 18-inch arms, 9 and 9. But what's going to happen to their bodies? They're going to look like me and Aaron. That's what's going to happen.
No, what's really going to happen talk for yourself. What's really going to happen, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Boxers, years back, and I think it still can hold true today, in boxing there's been many deaths. Okay, let's really face the facts. People have been knocked out for life. That's what's going to happen eventually with this. What's going on here, when you say ultimate means, that word means all the way, baby. All the way. So it's not going all the way. All the way is what the Romans did with the gladiators years and years ago. When two people got into that Colosseum or the amphitheaters, they faced each other. One walked out. One was carried out because he was dead. And what's going on today, again, I repeat, is what you're looking at is not mixed martial arts.
Very true.
So I've got to say it. It is not. It's a bastard style of martial arts, a real bastard style. And it's wrong. It's bad. As I said, for the fighters, yeah. The fighters, I'm with the fighters. It's just what you were saying about prison and trying to, but you were saying it in a defensive way.
In a defensive way. Well, that's what makes
to save your life.
Exactly. Well, that's what makes mixed martial arts the problem, because they stand in front of each other and beat the mess out of each other.
Yeah,
that's not fighting. That's like years down the line, you punch drunk. You talk funny.
Exactly.
You know,
beating the hell out of each other, and the public is looking at this here and say, "Hey, this is martial arts." No, it is not.
Nah. It's the Roman days.
Truth. That's right. It's the Roman days with the gladiators, right. And man, hey, go all the way.
Exactly.
Don't play.
Exactly.
Go all the way. Let's have it.
That's
but you see, if they do something like that, they will be banned in every state of the union here. And that's the reason why they cannot. So they play it up to a point.
Well, they play it up as ultimate. It's not ultimate. It's only ultimate because they ultimately kill each other.
Yes, exactly.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
They're not ultimately fighting.
But let me say this here, and let me wind it up like this, because I got a feeling we're gonna be shut out.
Well, actually, we have callers that we have to take care of. I'm sorry, Sensei, Great Grandmaster Banks. Give me 1 second. 866-WOW-1-WOW. 866-WOW-1-WOW. Let me have Master Stone. Master Stone.
Oh, Master Stoney. Good evening, gentlemen.
I'm sorry, Master Stoney.
Two quick things. I really look up to what you're doing here, Poe. Very appreciate that you come out here and talk to us about martial arts. I also study martial arts just like you.
Us.
Not you.
They're part of the O&A crew. It's okay. It's all good. It's like an us. Frunkus is like, when they say frunkus, it's like saying us.
Okay.
Let me have Jim. Hey, Jim. What's going on, buddy?
Master Pope, much respect. How you doing today?
Us.
Listen, I got a question for you. I live in middle America, just a regular guy out there doing my job. My question is this. I see people in traffic and everyday life, overly aggressive, let's say. Would you agree that in everyday life, most of the time, if you actually confronted a gentleman that was being rude to you, that he would back down. The fight would never happen if you have the balls to bring it to him.
Well, you know something? Everyone has this idea of pushing out their ego and wearing an S on their shirt. You know, we should all try to handle a situation with respect. If you were brought up with respect and you have the power of the mind, you have the ability to foresee what can happen. You have no idea if that guy has a gun in his pocket, if he has a knife in his pocket, or if he has a gang of 50 guys waiting in his Volkswagen, which that's not going to happen. But what I'm saying is that, you know, there's no reason for us to approach people. First of all, don't ever approach anyone. You don't stay in arm's distance. You stay at least 5 to 10 feet away from someone.
Okay.
You got to understand something, that it is so scary out there. And if someone cuts you off, hey, no big deal. All right, roll down the window. All right, buddy, have a nice day. Okay, all good. I'm glad you're in a rush to go somewhere. But there's no reason to get out of the car and take a bat to these guys. There's no reason at all.
How do you find in yourself that patience to deal with that, though?
See, that's the thing. You train in the martial arts, and it gives you that patience because you learn a discipline with the respect that you have of your instructors and your masters and your grandmasters. They give you the patience. They give you the patience because you bleed, you sweat, and you suffer, and you work very, very hard to gain the skills that you need. And it's not overnight, man. It's not overnight, okay? And you have to understand that. Patience will come. It takes time.
Can I jump in here?
Great
grandmaster, absolutely.
Here, please, all right? It's not that patience is going to come. Man, somebody's approaching you, and you know this problem, lay them out. What are you going to talk to the man? What are you going to say? Are you from the Salvation Army? Are you going to give him up your money, and the guy's going to say, lay him out? You know that there is a problem. You feel it. You got it in your back. You got it in your dick. No, you got it all over your body. You can feel it. You are to lay him out. Don't play with him and take off. You know, this patience baloney. I mean, I can't take it anymore. I see it and I hear it. You know, somebody said, hey, what if somebody attacks you? I said, well, why don't you kiss him? Kiss the guy. He said, what? Kiss the guy? I said, yeah, maybe he's attacking you for love, huh?
Hold on, sir. We have Gary. Hey, Gary, you're out there, buddy? Gary.
Yo.
Hey, what's going on, Gary? Talk to me.
Hey, big us to you.
Us.
Hey, I'm out here on the road all the time, and some of the truck stops and places I will wind up going to are, they're starting to get really testy, and I'm wanting to get into the martial arts thing, and I'm just wondering where the best way is, best thing for me to get into. And I'll give you a frunkus, and I'll just go ahead and let you give me an answer if you would. I just want to know the best way to go.
You want to go out there and you want to find a martial artist, find a martial arts school and research, do the best you can, find out how, where these people learned and what skills they have, and just, find a martial arts school. Just go out there and train. Keep on training.
Can I make a suggestion here?
We have only 2 minutes left, but
don't worry. It'll take 30 seconds.
Just
you call me, baby. Hey, my man. You call me. I'll give you a good school. Is that cool?
Right.
How's that sound?
That sounds
okay.
Great.
Can I give him something?
Give him something,
all right,
please.
Here's what I want you to do.
All right.
A Schenker. You got a pen, pencil, or something there to write with?
Yeah.
Schenker. SHENKER, martialarts.com. You got that?
Okay, very good. All right, listen up.
All right, yeah.
Thank you, Paul. Love you, man.
Us. All right, we need to get some plugs in here. Light Burley, talk to me.
Yes.
Give me your website.
52blocks.org. You can get it at Bakima Hip Hop Shop. Movie night, film baby, but best is www.52blocks.org. DVD on sale right now. 52 Blocks Defense. Learn it. Offenses and everything. Defense is the beginning.
Great Grandmaster. Lenches, what do you want to plug?
I got a book coming out next week. It's called The Coney Island Sensei Brooklyn Street Fighter's Guide.
Fantastic.
So look for it in your stores.
On January the 20th. Please get in touch with me, okay? And I want you there.
They could email me,
Give
sir.
me your phone number.
Give me your phone number.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, 718-271-7997.
Okay, let me just say one thing, and I'm going to say this really quick because we don't have that much time. I need all of you. I need all the martial artists out there. I need the grandmasters and masters. We need to train every single military person, man and woman, that's here on leave, and we need to train them for free.
That's right.
We need to give them the art for them to come back home. Can we do that? I want to call every single grandmaster and master out there. We're going to train the United States Marine Corps, the Navy, the Army, every single branch out there. We want to train them for what? For free.
That's right.
Not one dime. Masterpo at masterpos.com.
52 blocks. We'll be there.
Well, you know that Gary Alexander is a Marine. I'm a Marine. I just came from their Hall of Fame, and all the Marines out there are training in Camp Lejeune in Quantico right now.
Okay, I have to tell you, do you guys like my haircut, by the way?
Oh, my God.
Looks good. Looks good.
Well,
I like it.
You like it?
I like it. It's military-ish.
All right. I got this haircut because in honor of my father, he was in the United States Marine Corps.
All right.
I was brought up as a Marine. We used to stand at attention and run wherever he called us. We ran to him at attention. And I'm wearing this haircut in honor of my father and every single Marine out there. And I got to tell you guys, if you're listening overseas, come back home safe because we are here for you. Great Grandmaster Banks, please talk to us.
All right, Master Poe, I want to say that you have a wonderful program, and I don't go to anybody's programs. I've been invited to all of them, even to the White House.
He's selective.
So I don't go. You are the only one, and Rick Lynch's knows this here for a fact, okay? The legend knows it, that I don't move. I don't go anyplace. I did 374 karate tournaments. I put on all these shows. Man, I am definitely the man that made it happen for martial arts, and that is a fact. So everything that you have just said, please, people who are listening to this program, go and do it exactly what he's saying. I'm talking about also these grandmasters and all these people. Yeah, take it upon yourself to teach these people the way it should, the way of the martial arts. Bushido is the name of the game.
Not to disrespect any of you, but I'm going to tell you straight up, they're the warriors. They're the warriors. We have soldiers overseas right now, and they are dying for this country. They are the warriors. Oh, Sensei, would you agree with that?
I was a Marine for 6 years. So I'm wearing my little cap right now.
I know. I like it.
I got to thank the Master Poe Show because this is the first interview for 52 Blocks. So, we got to thank you from the 52 Block camp for giving us this stage to present our art to the world. And defense is where it's at. And when the people and the military people come home, 52 Blocks will be there for free. DVDs, T-shirts, lessons, whatever's needed.
Well, I got to say one more thing. This gentleman over here, Raj, please get on the mic. We don't have that much time. I want to say this real quick. Raj, listen, we could be brothers, we could be friends, we could be pals eating rice and beans, but you're not going to kiss my fist, are you? Raj, listen, we're going to talk right now. Just give me one straight situation in prison. You're there. Give me the hardest of the hard. Talk to me.
Hardest of the hard? All right. It was many situations. I remember a guy tried to cut my throat. He was, from a different culture, like an Asian guy. This was back in the days, early 80s, But my instinctive nature was to do the skull and crossbones. Because it's strictly about defense. Usually, when people are scheming on you, they want to do something to you, or whatever the case may be, they give the telltale signs. And if you're paying attention, and if you're very observant, usually you can catch them before they attack, or upon the initial attack. And that's what I did. I did skull and crossbones, and came with that left hook, and the fight was over because he wasn't expecting that.
Well,
and
right
I
now
took
that
the razor, and I did what he was supposed to do to me. You feel me? And this was before new charges was coming out for assaults in prison.
Okay, well, I have one more thing. everyone in the world, they don't know what Skull and Crossbones is. It sounds like a meal. I'm hungry right now. Everything you say is going to sound like food. I'm going to tell you right now, go to 52blocks.com, Masterpo at masterpose.com. You need to buy Grandmaster Lench's books because they are amazing. I've read them. They're incredible. And Great Grandmaster Banks, you have no idea how much of an honor this is. I will go to your Hall of Fame as long as you feed me. Are you going to feed me, sir?
You're going to pay, baby.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I have to say that this has been an honor. Not only an honor because I have my friend Great Grandmaster Lench's here and Great Grandmaster Banks, but I got my buddies. I got new friends.
Okay.
Us.
It's over, Johnny. This concludes the Saturday Night Virus. Tune in next week for a live Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. And it's all happening right here on XM 202 The Virus at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Western. From 9 p.m. Eastern to midnight. 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern time on XM 202 The Virus. The Virus.